him. I talked to Monique, and I really feel like Drew's gonna die. I feel like something bad is gonna end up happening to him. I really, honestly do. And I got my eye on Diana. It's either between him and Diana where something bad is gonna happen to one of them. And I can potentially see it happening this season, before the season is over. Something is going to end up happening to one of them. You know everything. You think you know everybody's position, mama. Well, guess what? You ain't see Tyreek coming, girlfriend. So Monet said, I had Ramirez looking to him. Anybody who is around him too long ends up dead or locked up. He's helping Zeke with school, and I don't need him any closer. You understand me? And that line right there was a foreshadowing. When she said, anybody who is around him too long ends up dead or locked up, that was a line that we writers use to foreshadow something bad happening in the future, which is why I say it's either going to happen to Diana or Drew, because both of them are going to be around him.
That was episode 3, season 1, episode 3 review from this season of Power. I told y'all niggas. Y'all gonna start listening to me. Like, I mean, how many times have I been proven correctly about this goddamn show? I have predicted so much shit from this goddamn show. I mean, it's really not that hard. A dummy can see what's going to happen on this show. But I mean, I told y'all niggas. I told y'all what the fuck was going to happen. I told y'all that Drew would get hurt or that Drew would die and that something bad was going to happen to him this season. And I called it as always. Thank me later. Cash App me some money. My Cash App is down below in the description box. Give me that money. I'm going to start betting you niggas. That's what I'm going to start doing, since none of y'all want to believe me. Y'all want to argue with me in the comment section. I'm gonna start betting y'all niggas at the beginning of each season. I'm gonna be betting y'all who gonna die and who not gonna die. And I'm gonna make you niggas pay up when the shit happened. But anyway, hey guys, this is Keisha, and I'm here with my auntie All Shade, Power, Thelonious Monk, Lazarus, Book 2, Game Changer, whatever the title is, season 1, episode 9 review. Okay, so on tonight's episode, we start off with Kane and Guap, a little guapo, disposing of a dead body that they have chopped up. I mean, these niggas is out here on some Dexter type shit, and I'm not here for it. Kane ass is enjoying every minute of it because he's a sociopath, and I'm low-key scared of this nigga. And even Guapo is looking at him like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? This nigga is batshit crazy. So 2-bit text Tariq, where is his money? He wants his shmoney ASAP. And since he's late, now he wants $50K. And of course, Tariq doesn't have that kind of bread because he's still waiting on the rib. So Tariq calls Davis about, what'll happen if I have a late payment, and Dave was like, you know what, I'm a good guy, I got you, but we're calling an expert witness, and since you don't basically have the money, we won't call the expert witness. And he's lying. He's just saying that because he wants his money. And so Tariq was like, never mind, I'm gonna get you the money. He was like, all right. And so Paula Peep's gang was like, why you lie to that boy? And he was like, because I know that he's lying to me. Mind you, they're at a hotel, they just got done fucking and sucking, and mind you that Davis is the fuck married. I don't like none of them niggas. Neither one of them. Both of them can go to hell, cheating ass motherfuckers. So Cara Dad asked Zeke about his bruises because, he laid up in her bed or whatever after getting beat up by Guapo and the GTG boys. And so he lies and tells her that after going to the club, somebody wanted a picture and jumped him or whatever. But he does tell her that it was some gang members from GTG. And I was like, why did you tell her that, you fucking Nimrod? So she wants him to go to the police ASAP. And he was like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not, no. All I could concentrate on was that nigga's body, though, in that scene. Like, his body was everything. I ain't here for that nigga face. But that body and that dick that was slanging in them Versace boxer briefs, I see the vision, my nigga. Shit, if I was a teacher, I'd risk it all for that dick, too. So, Laz Alonso is now on the show playing a detective trying to find out info on the dead body at the school. They have already found out that the dead body belonged to a GTG member or whatever. And so when he mentions GTG, cared at GTG, G5G, G5G. I'm like, bitch, this ain't school days. And so he was like, oh, you know about him. She was like, and so Jabari looking at her like, bitch, how you know them? And so Cara Dad says, since she's a minority and they're targeting minorities to find out who is this person that was murdered on school campuses, she wants to question the students. Now, see, this is where I find a plot hole in this whole storyline, because last week they made it their business to write in the script via Tariq's mouth to 2-bit that the cameras were down in the pool area, in the pool room or whatever. But what does that have to do with the cameras outside of the pool room in the lobby area heading towards the gymnasium? They would have cameras right there. They would have seen the boy chasing Tariq. There were people there. They saw him chasing Tariq. Really, people? Make it make sense. Oh God, this show. So Jabari's like, I'm a minority too. Pick me ass. And he just he wants to help Cara Dad because he want to low key find out if she's fucking Tariq or whatever, his old nosy ass. And I'm really sick of these two motherfuckers. Please do not bring them back next season. But knowing Courtney Kip and them lousy ass writers over there in their writers room, they're going to bring them back just because we hate them. So maybe if we act like we love them, they'll get rid of them. So Monet is at the bar. Down to the bar, baby, with a Rich Cosby. And she questions Drew about making, the collections. And he was like, I mean, girl, you got me running all over New Jersey, New York, bitch, the whole tri-state area. Like, only one person can do so much. We need help, sister girl. Like, we can't just be dependent on old boy and, his little crew members. We need help. And once again, if the Tejadas is supposed to be that organization, why don't they have more help? Once again, make it make sense. And once again, how do they not know who Tariq St. Patrick is? Doesn't make any sense. So Monet was like, we got enough help. We got Diana, Don't make no sense, but blame it on the writers. So Tariq shows up for the re-up and she gives him more product. And he's like, this ain't what I normally get, girl. And so she tells him that, Rico, her distributor, been asking about old boy that she killed. And so we then find out that they took extra bricks off the truck. And so Tariq was like, you know what, this is a lot, sister girl. We need to just lay low. You better lay low. And Monet was like, nah, because the sooner we get rid of this, as long as we give him his money, he won't go looking around. And so Tariq was like, all right. And she was like, well, wait a minute, girlfriend. You told me that course correct works and that we don't have anything to worry about anyway. So Tariq was like, damn, I did say that shit. So Tasha calls Tariq worried about the Tejadas and them trying to kill him, and she doesn't believe that Monet didn't set Kane up to do it. Once again, I don't understand how her cell phone's still working. I walk around with this brand new iPhone 11 and let me not charge it up for one day and this motherfucking battery going out. This bitch that had the same goddamn phone with juice in it for like 5 months now. But okay, girl, make it make sense. What was my saying? Things that make you go, things that make you go, So, he tells her that, she tells him to not trust Monet and to slow down. Slow down. I just want to get to know you. So he refuses and mentions the expert witness. And she like, what expert witness? Ain't nobody tell me that. What you talking about, Willis? So the kids talk about, in class, talk about how Jabari favors Lauren and how he been having a pissy ass attitude. And so Lauren is looking like, oh, that nigga really do only favor me. I wonder what that's about. Like, she's so clueless to the fact that he want to fuck you. So Lauren gets shut down by Jabari, though, when they get to talking about Frankenstein. So prison comes up in conversation in class, and Lauren says that she thinks that some people do deserve to be in jail. And here go Tyreek getting all offended. Thompson, so what you think my mama deserve to be in jail? Bitch, she does, and so do you. So she was like, no, that's not what I was even saying. Like, gosh, Tyreek. He was like, Lauren, can I just speak? Jesus Christ. And I was like, ooh, just kiss each other. Why don't you? So Tyreek gives the answer that Jabari is looking for, and of course his old weird ass like, oh God, he's giving me the key to life, the key to the book. I'm gonna learn so much from him. Like, it's so creepy and stupid, this storyline. So after class, Lauren tells Tariq that she doesn't think that, his mama belonged to jail, but murderers and drug dealers do. Once again, I told y'all this episodes ago that Lauren will not be the one that he ends up with because of his lifestyle. She won't support it. She won't deal with it. She will go snitching on his ass, and that's the reason why they won't work. And then with Diana, she too motherfucking clingy and too thirsty and desperate and shit. And that's why Courtney Kemp wrote Effie's character where she's the perfect one, like on some Goldilocks type shit. So as of tonight's episode, I'm Team Effie. I still like Diana, but I'm Team Effie now because she fits perfectly with his psychotic ass. So Tariq get an attitude. He was like, girl, just leave me alone. Nobody got time for your ass. So, in jail, the COs do a random search on all the jail cells or whatever. So Tasha's like, oh my God, they're going to find out about my phone. So one of Lorenzo's dudes was like, give me the phone. She was like, who the fuck are you? He was like, bitch, just give me the fucking phone. And she was like, you work for Monet Tejada, don't you? He was like, girl, we do not have time for that right now. Just give me the motherfucking phone. And so she finally gives him the phone. Was like, and give me a new one, please. He was like, I got you, bitch. I was like, this shit is so fucking dumb. So Sax is the one who ordered the search in the jail cells, and Steven questions him about, what does he have going on? Like, what the fuck are you doing? So Karadad is going through pics of Zeke and learns that he's family with the Tejadas. How she got baby pictures of this nigga, I don't understand. How counselors at school got pictures of students. Make it make sense. I don't know. I ain't never been to college. Somebody let me know. Do y'all gotta give pictures and shit in order to get into school? Like, I ain't never dealt with that. So somebody let me know how that happens. So she Googles and does a little research and realizes that, the Tejadas are his family and that Tejadas are tied to GTG. And then in comes Jabari barging into her room, scaring the shit out of her. He all on her desk looking through shit. They ain't even asked or whatever. And so he picks up the picture of Zeke and the family and sees Drew in the picture. And she was like, do you know any of them? And he was like, nah, I don't know. Because once again, he does know who Drew is because he followed Tariq and saw that they worked together. So Drew pulls up on Kane and asks why he took their corner boys. And he was like, shit, I'm doing me now. So Drew was like, Rico was coming up personally to deliver the next drop. He thinks that DC dude got robbed. What is he going to think about this? And Kane was like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Fuck Monet and fuck Lorenzo. Let's work together. Let's get this money together. And he looking at him like, nigga, what? Like, what is going on with everybody? Like, Drew just want to go draw. Watch that man on Channel 9 with the afro who's dead. He just want to draw trees and shit and suck dick. That's all that boy want to do. So, Kane Lil Boo thing, if you paid attention, was ear hustling in on their conversation. And then in walks Lil Guap, and he was like, what's up, Drew? And Drew looking like, I know you motherfucking lying. I know this nigga ain't still alive after I told you to kill them motherfuckers. And so he asks Kane, like, why is he still living? And he want to know, like, why are you even still working with this nigga? And he was like, because he's loyal. Like, that's the only reason why that nigga is alive. And he was like, basically, you either with me or you against me. And I was like, rude. So at home, Drew tells Monet and Diana, what happened between him and Kane. And Drew was like, what was I supposed to do? And Monet was like, shoot all of them motherfuckers. He was like, even Kane, bitch? Like, goddamn, ho. And so Drew tells her, like, basically, you tripping. And, like, you want to turn me into this nigga. Like, what is going on with you, girl? Like, you need to snap into a Slim Jim. So Monet was like, your father always said he wanted you to run the business. And Drew was like, well, what if I want something else for my life? God damn it. And she was like, look, your brother made that impossible. I wanted something else for you, too. But I'm over there now. And you need to get over it, too. And he was like, man, all right, I get it. But it's still fucked up. And so he walks off from the table. all sad and shit. And like I said, I feel so bad for Drew's character because he just wants to live his own life, but he's being forced into this lifestyle that he does not want to participate in, but he's naturally good at. And that's what's so crazy about it. So Diana and Monet are the only ones left at the table, and Diana tells her, like, Mom, we need a plan, like, because Rico about to come down here and shit is not about to be sweet. But of course, Monet, once again thinking that she know everything, shuts Diana down, was like, no, the plan ain't gonna change, everything will be fine. But if she would have listened to Diana and would have had a plan, they would have been ready for what happens at the end of this episode. So Tasha tells Davis that she wants to be moved to another jail, and he was like, no, we not doing that, just chill the fuck out. But she sees that something is going on, like she's peeping game. So Davis and Sack heads to Epiphany house, but Epiphany staying at one of her little sugar daddy's houses while he's on vacation with his family. And little do they know that Steven has a private detective taking pictures of them. So Davis tells Epiphany that they can get rid of her charges if she gives them info on Tariq and take the stand. And she was like, nigga, I ain't no motherfucking snitch, but I mean, if it's gonna save my ass, what you want me to do, girl? So Braden finally returns to his room. He's still mad as shit. Tariq tells him, that Kane was the one that killed old boy on school campuses, and shows him all the coke that Monet want them to get rid of. So Braden tells him to ask Effie for help because, it's hot on their school grounds, but it's not hot over there at Yale. He was like, I don't think she really fuck with me right now. Could you make that call and hook something up? He was like, yeah, I do it. But at the end of the day, I'm still not fucking with you. So he basically leave the room and like, nigga, fuck you. Still fuck you for life. So Cara Dad questions Zeke about the Tejadas and tells him to come forward so he won't be implicated and that she'll protect him. And I was like, here she go with that savior complex that she has. Remember on the episode early on in the season when she was talking to her therapist about trying to save people all the time. I just hate this storyline with her and Jabbar. It's just weird. It doesn't make sense. It's all over the place. It's just weird, bruh. I understand taking chances and stuff, but it just doesn't make sense. It's just a burden to the storyline. It's not a good side story. It's just, ugh. So he is like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I'll holler at you later. So Tasha summons Paula back up there to the jail because she know that she lied to her. And Tasha was like, I know you lying to me just like I know you fucking him. And she tried to play it off at first. She was like, look, girl, I know how it feels to be the wife. I know what it's looked like to cheat. Like, you doing all this to protect him. Meanwhile, he's still married to her. Like, don't be no fool. So Tasha begs her to tell her who this witness is. And Paula says a Dr. Epiphany Turner, some shit like that. She was like, girl, Epiphany ain't no motherfucking doctor. She a stripper. Like, what in the fuck? Why would he be calling her to the stand? And so Paula was like, let me do a little research. So she get on the computer and go log into the system and sees that no, Davis isn't calling her to the stand. Sax is calling her to the stand. So now Tasha really on some what the fuck is going on? Like, some shit is going down. So Paula says, you think Tariq will know what she's going to say? And so Tasha was like, no, I don't even think she know my son, but ask him if Epiphany ever met Slim. Tell him I said he needs to treat Epiphany the same way we treated him. And Slim is who was Slim? I think there was a dude that killed Raina. Maybe I can't remember, or either Kanan, I don't remember. But so she don't even realize that she passing on along a murder message. So Steven shows Sax the pics of him and Davis, and he's figured out what they're up to. And so now, not only does he want Sax to take down Tasha, he wants him to take down Davis as well. So Zeke tells Monet about what happened at the school with him and Cara Dad. And so, she was already peeping game that some shit was going on between them two. And so she asks him about it. And he denies it or whatever, but she could tell that he lying. And so she tells him to spend the night there. So when he leaves the room, Monet asks Diana, does she know anything about, this Cara Dad bitch? And she was like, well, I found something in Tariq's bag and I thought it had something to do with him, but now I think it got something to do with Zeke. And remember, she found that, the little cue card that said a teacher sleeping with the student. So Laz Alonso asks Cara Dad and Jabbar if they've learned anything from the students, and Cara Dad tells them what Zeke said to her, but I don't think that she told him about that it was Zeke that told her this information. They didn't show us that part, so we'll find that out, I guess, next week. So Paula tells Tariq what Tasha said, and he played it off and was like, Epiphany can't say nothing about me, everything is good. So Cara Dad goes to her office and the lights is off, and as soon as she walks in the office to turn on the lights, there's Monet sitting in the dark waiting on that bitch. So she is freaking the fuck out. So Cara Dad was like, it's late, this is inappropriate. She was like, yeah, like you fucking my nephew, bitch, that's inappropriate, bitch. So Monet is threatening her like, you better stay the fuck away from my nephew, keep your motherfucking mouth shut, and if you don't, the first thing that's gonna come out of my mouth is how you sucking my nephew dick and gagging on his balls, bitch. So Tariq and Brayden going to meet up with Effie, and they still, Brayden is still mad at Tariq. They going back and forth. He calling him a liar and this, and that. And so Tariq finally admits that he did lie about Riley trying to fuck him, but he tells him that she did spike his drink. And Brayden was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Like, you lying. And he was like, I'm telling you she did. And she's trying to get information on us to tell her uncle who's federal agent. He was like, man, you lying. So then Tariq was like, all right, you don't believe me. So he shows him a picture of Sax. He was like, oh my God, like I seen that picture at her people house. He was like, see, I told your ass. So Brady was like, you think that he know anything about our business? And as soon as he says that, Effie walks up. So he was like, thanks Effie for the product, I'm out of here. So that leaves Tariq and Effie alone. And Tariq apologized to Effie for, basically ghosting her or whatever. And he was like, my mama want me to do something I don't want to do. And she was like, I don't even know when you lying, but even if you are telling the truth, I understand because we're a lot alike. And, he was like, I don't want to be a monster. And she was like, well, I'm a monster and shit, you a monster too. And the quicker you realize that, the better off you will be. And he does need to realize that he a monster. And as soon as he accepts that and realizes the life that he's chosen for himself, I think his decisions will become easier, but I still want his character to have some heart. And we do see in this episode that he still does have a heart and a mind, and he's just not stone cold like his father was. So Tariq goes to see Epiphany. He's preparing himself to kill her. So she lets it slip that Davis and Sax was there and that they told her that he knew. And so he looking like, they ain't told me shit, and why would they be together? So he putting two and two together. So Tariq is about to kill her until she says that if she had money, she would just run away, because he saw her kids' toys and everything's there. And, he got a soft spot because his mom is a single mother. He ain't really want to kill her no way. So as soon as she said that, if I just had money, I would run away, he thought of a different way to go about things. So he ended up giving her the money that he was supposed to pay Monet with. So he tells, so during court, Sax's witness is late, which is Epiphany. So the judge was like, since your person is late, we'll resume in like 5 minutes. So Tasha thinks at this point that Tariq went through with it and killed Epiphany. And she got this look on her face like, my fucking son is a G, and I'm low-key scared of this nigga. So Davis and Sax head to the restroom to talk. Sax accuses Davis of sending Paula to talk to Tasha. He was like, she wouldn't go do that. Like, why would she go do that? He don't even know that Paula is on to his ass. So Sax shows him pictures of them at Epiphany's house. And he was like, nigga, you set me up. And he was like, look, shit, I'm gonna go public with this shit once I nail Tasha, and your and Paula's career will be over. So now Davis is fucked. So as soon as he head back into the courtroom, Davis questions Paula about telling Tasha about Epiphany, and he was like, cause your ass ain't telling me the fucking truth. So he tells her everything, and about how Sax has video of Tariq confessing to killing Ghost, and how Tasha is covering up for her son. So he begs her for her help, but she was like, no, like, I'm tired of being your doormat. I'm not your superwoman. I'm not the kind of girl that you can let down and think that everything's okay. Boy, I am only human. This girl means more than occasional harm you to me. Ooh, baby. Yeah. Okay, enough of that. Okay. So she walks off on his ass. So Sachs asks the judge to summon Tariq St. Patrick to the stand, and Tasha like, you better lay low. Like, shit is really going down. So in jail, Tasha calls Tariq from a regular phone, because she ain't got a burner phone no more, and tells him that he's gonna be summoned to testify. So she asks him about Epiphany, like, did you do it? And he was like, yeah, but she kind of got away from me. And so she was like, what does that mean? He was like, look, Ma, I'm gonna talk to you later. Like, he would not give her an all the way straight answer, so she don't know what the fuck is going on. So Guap brings in product to Kane, and as soon as Kane opened up the box, he realized the pills they got is Monet's shit. So he was like, what the fuck you doing with my mama's stuff? He was like, Rico gave it to me. He looking for a new distro. And at that moment, Kane realizes that Rico is about to get rid of his mama and them. So he hurry up and run the fuck out to go save his mama and them. So over at the bar, we then see Rico, played by Jackie Long, back in New York, ready to pull up on Monet. So Tariq at the bar tells Monet that he doesn't have her money, that he needed it for his mama case. And she was like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about that shit. So she pulled out her gun ready to kill him. He was like, look, I know what I got myself into. I know what I told you I would do. And I know, the rules of the game. Mind you, Diana and Drew are standing right there while Monet got him at gunpoint. And he was like, you know what? Like, it is what it is. Like, I deserve it. So Tariq was like, even my father, he was like, he deserved it because everything he was done. He was like, even my father, but even he couldn't see until it was too late. And Monet was like, your father. And so at that point, she realized, oh, this little nigga got some heart. Like, this nigga killed his own motherfucking father. Like, she put two and two together. But once again, I don't understand how the Tejadas don't know who the St. Patricks are, and they in the same motherfucking field. I don't get that, but all right. So Drew peeps Rico is outside. He's like, Ma, Rico and them outside. But after a second, he realized they just sitting there. And Monet was like, get down. And it's a whole motherfucking shootout. So it's just fucking rounds of bullets being shot into the bar. So they all duck. Tariq shields Diana. Drew and Monet is hiding in one of the seating areas or whatever. And so Drew was like, I'm gonna go around back. And Monet was like, no, nigga, sit your ass down. But Drew, trying to be motherfucking Sylvester Stallone, gets up and starts running and gets shot like right up in here in this area. So he falls and everybody's screaming and shit. Kane gets there, but it's too late, and he walks into Monet saying, Drew, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Drew is like, oh. So Monet immediately gets mad at Kane, was like, why weren't you here? And he was like, this ain't my fault, this Rico or whatever. So she was like, get Drew in the car. So she says to Tariq, like, I owe you for Diana, but this shit between me and you ain't over. He was like, all right. So Paula then texts Tariq. Tariq burns out and go meet Paula, and she gives him the summons, telling him he's going to be summoned in jail. And she was like, Davis and Sachs are working together. Sachs got this video on you. She shows him the video of him confessing everything at his father's grave. And so she was like, look, let me be your lawyer. He was like, why you want to represent me? She was like, because I want to take Davis the fuck down. She a black woman that's scorned, baby. So Monet blames Kane on everything that happened at night. And Diana slapped the shit out of him. And I was like, he deserved it, especially when he grabbed you. And so Monet was like, look, Kane, run before I put you down myself. And Kane was like, I'm not no different than Drew. Like, you made me this way or whatever he said. And so he was like, Ma. She just kept on walking. I told y'all that the line in the sand was going to be drawn. And then one of them going to end up taking out the other. Point blank and the period. I told y'all that was going to happen. I think I said that in episode 3 myself. So he calls and makes a phone call telling somebody he needs to see them ASAP. And then we see Kane meet up with Ramirez and was like, look, you said you was going to help me get rid of Tariq. We need to get rid of that motherfucker tonight. All of this is his fault. Like, he's just channeling all his anger and everything on Tariq. And Tariq ain't got nothing to do with none of the shit that he got going on with his mama. And Ramirez is like, Tariq ain't got nothing to do with me. Now that you're out of the picture for good, your mama gonna need me more than ever. And Tariq ain't hurting me none. So you on your own, bitch, basically. So Kane is really like losing it now. So he acts like he about to walk away, and then he flip and hit the switch and punch the shit out of Ramirez. Ramirez falls back on his back, was like, no, don't do it, don't do this. And of course Kane was like, it's already been done. Like, shit, I'm already outside, I'm the black sheep, might as well go out with a bang. So he shoot and kill that nigga. And I was like, you so goddamn dumb. This is why your dad didn't want you to run the business in the first place. It has nothing to do with him not being Lorenzo's son. It has everything to do with him being impulsive and not thinking before he does things. That's why he chose Drew, people. So Tyreek goes to see, the next day Tyreek meets up with Tamika, and we come full circle from episode 1. And he hires her to become his new attorney. And she asks him point blank, were you the one that killed your father? And he says yes. And he was like, not because I'm a monster, because he was a monster and I'm trying to protect my mother. So Tyreek was like, look, when I take the stand, I want to confess to everything. And then the episode goes off. Pretty decent episode. Plot holes here and there, but it was action packed. And once again, my premonitions, my spoilers came true as always. I'm excited about next week's episode, the season finale. I feel like this season went by fast, even though we did have that break for some reason. But I'm happy to see how everything is going to tie up with this season and give an overall grade for season 1 of Power, Evangelists, 4 Seasons, Genocide. I don't know the name of this show. Let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode down below in the comments section. And I will see you guys next week for the next video. Next week when we do this, it'll be a whole new year. So happy new year to all of my Power fans. Love you guys and see you on the next video. Bye.